Hello, I'm going to do the daily energy reading, and this is for any sign. And this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, as it was maybe meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get our chakra cards, and we're going to look at what chakra may be blocked or that you maybe need to focus on. Then we're going to get some tarot. We're going to look at what you may be struggling with today, what you maybe need to look at today, and then possible future energies coming in for you. All right, so let's get a chakra card. These are from my Psychic Tarot for the Heart, John Holland cards. And there is a link down below if you would like to check these out. We have the base chakra, and that is at the base of your spine, and it represents your body, your physical being, and for you to get moving, like to have that physical activity that maybe you've kind of been stagnant, and maybe it's time to get out there and get moving and get that energy. And even if it's just going for a walk or whatever that may be, is like being more physically active, that area may be blocked for you. That maybe today is the day to put a little time aside to start focusing on that. What you may possibly be struggling with is standing up for yourself, right? That you feel like everything's coming at you and that you're not able to handle things, or that maybe you're not able to make choices or voice your opinion about a situation. What you maybe need to look at is look at things from the past, right? Is this kind of a pattern that you have where you haven't been able to stand up for yourself, or sometimes you back down, or has this been going on for a while, and looking at your past actions, that when you didn't stand up for yourself, what were the results that you got from that? When you weren't speaking what it is, how you felt, right? Were you the one that kind of got the short end of the stick, and were you the one that was always losing out? And I feel like that's something that you need to look at. Future energies, sometimes we have to handle those more difficult situations, right? We have to, looking at handling a situation sooner rather than later. Bottom of the deck is the Fool, and it's kind of like a new outlook, a new thought process is okay, I need to stand up for myself, and I need to handle situations sooner rather than later, because that could affect you physically. That not only mentally, but it could be affecting you physically, that you're having all of this frustrated energy that's being built up in your body. It could also be maybe you need to go get a massage, or you need to stretch, do some yoga, kind of release those tension knots that are built up in your neck or your back, or those areas where it's like all of that stress and that tension is building up, and it's because you're not voicing your opinion, and you're not, or there's things that you have to handle, there's things that you have to deal with that are harder, that you just keep putting on the back burner. And it's just like that, not only mentally but physically, that will build up, and then you'll start, sometimes the anxiety will start, or the heart palpitations, or it's like you lose your appetite, or maybe you're eating everything in sight. So it's like you kind of have to listen to your body, and you have to listen to those signals and those signs that it's giving you. And you have to, even though we don't like dealing with difficult situations, that we don't want that toxic energy to build up within us, and that we have to step up to the plate and deal with those situations sometimes. All right. We have the Ten of Swords. So there's something that you have to deal with, right? These Ten of Swords that have to be dealt with, that you're not dealing with, that you're struggling with dealing with that situation, that you're feeling restless, that you're feeling anxious, you're feeling frustrated, like you can't rest, because this is what you're struggling with, is that you're not able to relax, you're not able to rest, you're not able to calm your mind. Could have to do with a relationship that you're struggling with. I also feel like it could be that relationship with yourself, is that you have to see that it is affecting you, not only mentally, but it's affecting you physically, and that you have to look out for yourself. It could have to do with a relationship that you're feeling frustrated, that you have something to talk about. Maybe your partner is there, or your friendship or family member maybe that other person is just not hearing you. You feel like they're not hearing you, that they're not understanding what you're trying to say. What you need to look at is your 10 of Cups, and you're kind of somewhat struggling with that, is your 10 of Cups, is that maybe you were feeling this happiness or this positive good feelings, or you were building towards something, right? There was something that maybe you were working towards, and it didn't come out the way that you wanted to, or something went sideways, and you're having all this built up frustration about it not working out, right? And then you're feeling aggravated and you're feeling irritated, and maybe you're having more disagreements with the people that are around you. But it's like kind of reining that in, right? How do I rein this in? How do I get this under control? You need to recognize that that's the behavior that you're in, right? And you're like, okay, if I'm angry and I'm frustrated, why am I doing that? Is it because I have something that I have to deal with that I'm not? Is it because I have something to say that I have to voice my opinion about something and I'm not? Right? Exactly. The Knight of Cups, which is reaching out, offering your cup up to someone else. And I feel like that, has to be, is that you have something to say to someone. And it may not be positive, but I feel like it's something that's bothering you that you have to get off your chest, and that you need to do that. You need to look at that. You need to have that freedom of that your inner voice is saying, yeah, I need to speak up. I need to speak up. I need to do this for myself because it's starting to affect me physically. Oh, look at that. And then we have the 9 of Cups. So I love it. And you feel better. It's like sometimes we feel like, oh, I don't want to start any problems, or I don't want to stir anything up, or, maybe my opinion isn't that important, or maybe it's, sometimes we doubt ourselves. But if it's important to you and you have a truth that you have to speak that. That's what I feel. I mean, that's just my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion about it. But see, that's how I was in the past, is that I wouldn't speak up for things. I wouldn't say how I felt. I would hold that all in because I was kind of protecting the other person, because I was like, oh, I don't want to say it, or, oh, I'll get over it. I'll get past it. It's like, no, now I'm like, I'm going to speak up about it. I'm going to say it. And it feels so much better to release that and let that go. Obviously not doing it mean or negative or bossy or something like that. But if you have something that you want to speak up for, or speak up about, or something that's bothering you, if you're not able to communicate that to the other person, and they take that the wrong way, and they twist it around, and they throw it back in your face, I feel that's a sign for you to say, do I need to have this person in my life? Why are they spinning that around and throwing it back in my face? Is that someone that I really want to have in my life? Is that someone that maybe I need to adjust that relationship? Because that's not really feeling very beneficial. There are times, when maybe that person was tired, or maybe that person was having an off day or whatever, and that was a one-time thing. But then I feel like that's kind of like a red flag, and saying, okay, look at this, look at this. Does this person do this to me every single time? And is that why I've backed off? Is that why I'm not speaking my voice? Is that why I'm not doing things? Is because that person spins it around and throws it back in my face. And let me look at that. Is that something that I need to adjust that relationship? Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil. Okay, that's exactly the energy that I was feeling. That is that relationship, a toxic relationship, right? That we're feeling that we're not able to voice our opinion because that person takes it the wrong way and throws it back at us. Is that something that we have to readjust? Is that something that we have to look at? But I also feel that with, the Devil card, it's like coming into your own power and your own strength, because I feel like he has all these muscles here, and then he has the fires in the flame, but I also feel like it's coming into your own power. But that's what I was saying, is that, do you feel that this is a toxic relationship where there's also this control thing? Is that other person trying to control you in a negative way? Just something for you to look at. All right, so let's get another line of cards. All right, so we have the Hermit, which is Virgo, and then we have the Ten of Pentacles. So I feel like it's looking within. That's exactly what I was saying, is looking within, and is this a relationship that needs to be adjusted? And is this, sometimes we put on those rose-colored glasses and we ignore the signs and the flags, but is it something that we need to be more aware of? And maybe the situation brings it to light. Just, I like to have my tarot readings sometimes if it's just something for you to think about, right? To think about, okay, why do I always hold back? Why do I feel like I can't talk to this person? Why do I feel like I have to absorb all of this toxic energy within myself to protect that other person? And if it's just something that you can think about, right? Or you can be more aware of, or to get, that thought process going for yourself. And then that leads to, a better path. Like, that's what I feel like tarot also is for something for you to think about, something for you to process maybe in a different way that you hadn't thought of. I almost feel like it's kind of like that friend that's kind of giving you those nudges, like, here, look at this, or what about this thought or this idea, just for something for you to think about. And feeling, so with the Hermit, on this card, we have the snake witch right there. So there's a blockage, right? There's something in your path. There's something in your way. So he's shining that light on that to see, what is that that's in the way? Why is it that I feel this energy? Working on it. You have to work on it. If you want change, you have to work on change, right? You have to. That's what what I was saying is about seeing things from a different perspective, and kind of working on, okay, it wasn't working the way it was before, but hey, that's kind of a thought. Let me look at it from this perspective and see how I can change that, right? To bring that happiness into your life, to bring that lightness into your life. Again, with the base chakra, feeling that heavy energy, that you start to feel lighter, because sometimes when we just go for a walk, we can clear our head and we can kind of think of things or process things in a different way. And so that's kind of a twofold bonus for you, is because not only physically are you getting that energy where you do start to feel better, but mentally you've had that time to process and think about something, to approach it in a different way, right? Process and think about something and saying, okay, do I want things to stay the way that they are, or do I want things to change up? Do I want things to be differently? Is this an energy that I want to move away from? Listening to that inner voice. Again, I feel like your body and your mind will give you those signals. It'll give you those signs that, hey, something needs to be changed. And that's what you need to listen to. Exactly. That something needs to be changed. It's so funny because this reminded me of something, because I said thinking of change, and then of course the Wheel of Fortune card comes on, and it's like I'm feeling the energy of the cards before they come out. But yesterday when I was at work, and there was a girl, and I had asked her about her I don't really talk to her about her boyfriend, but for some reason I just kept having this nagging question, and I was like, something about asking her about her boyfriend. And so I asked her, and it was so weird because the day before she said her and him were having a discussion about possibly not being together. And I don't normally talk to her about that, but I just felt this feeling that I needed to talk to her. And she's like, we were both like, wow, that's so weird. She's like, you're so in tune to me. And I said, yeah. I said, I don't know why I thought of that. I said, but it just kept popping in my mind. And so I had asked her, and so she was able to talk to me about what was going on. And, they were having some struggles. But I just felt that just reminded me, is that when I said that change and that I was kind of in tune to her, and she's like, that's kind of crazy, that you were feeling that. And I said, yeah. I said, I just did. I just felt that energy, and I just needed to talk to you about that. So, but that just reminded me of that, is feeling that energy, those emotions and those feelings. But again, I feel like with this King of Cups here, is that having that calmness, right? So I feel over here, there's kind of that that energy, that kind of stressful energy, or that anxiety. And over here, I feel like things calm down over here, because you realize, hey, I need to release this. I need to listen to my body. I need to listen to what my body and my mind is telling me. I need to not hold this stuff in, that if I have something that I want to discuss with someone, that I should be able to feel free to talk about this with this person. And that if they're not receiving it in a positive way, that maybe I need to make some changes within that relationship so that I feel calmer, so that I feel better, so that I'm not holding this in and it's affecting me physically and mentally. 5 of Pentacles, that this is just a temporary hardship. This is something temporary. This is something that you're going through, but that's part of life, right? We learn all of these different things, right? And we start to be more in tune with ourselves, and we start listening to ourselves as that if something has to be changed, or something has to be different, or something has to be adjusted, or something has to be released, that we start looking out for ourselves so that we're feeling more positive, that we're feeling happy, that we're not holding in this toxic energy. All right, so let's grab a animal oracle. Oh, we have hummingbird spirit, be here now. What is that energy that you're feeling now? Looking at this moment now, how are you feeling, right? What are you thinking about in this moment? What are you thinking about? What is it that your mind is focusing on? How do you feel? Do you have stiffness, in your body? Do you have kind of those aches and those pains? Do you have some tight knots? Then we have turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Hello, can I talk this morning? I'm still tired from work yesterday. Slow and steady wins the race. That this is not something that can be fixed. It can start to be addressed immediately. It can start to be looked at, but it's sort of, I feel like it's kind of a big change for you, and that it's going to take some time. But I feel like it's one to where things start to flow easier and things become calmer and lighter for you. But you're the one who has to look at this, and you're the one who has to process this, and you're the one who has to take the actions to make the changes. Otherwise, it will just stay the way that it is. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.